guys, it's John from the Super Awesome Geek Show. Hey, I am about to move from Seattle to Florida. I just left the first gas station we went to. I forgot to do one of these videos right when we left, and I should have. But I'm John, your host of the Super Awesome Geek Show podcast and YouTube channel. And I'm moving from Seattle to in between Miami and Fort Lauderdale. There's this town called Coconut Creek, and that's where my father has his condo. And that's where I'm going to be living because I have crazy mental health problems, and yeah, I'm just totally nuts. Everything's wrong. My brain is just totally screwed. And plus, Seattle was pricing me out. I mean, I was at a low income, and they still wanted $1,200 a month as of this new year. So, yeah, I figured that was it. I can't afford to stay in Seattle anymore. Even making 40 grand a year, I could not afford to live in Seattle anymore. Once you add car payment and insurance for that car and food and all that stuff, I just didn't, and then, you know, it probably would have worked out if I didn't have all the mental health issues on top of it, you know. It's just I couldn't focus. And speaking of focusing, I can't thank you guys enough. Everyone has been such great people. I messed up that sentence. Everyone has been great with their support. That's what I meant to say. People online, everyone who's listening to the show, people have sent emails, people have put comments on Twitter at Awesome Geek Show. And I really, really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And especially, you know, I really want to thank the crew of the Super Awesome Geek Show. They helped me, a lot of them helped me either move this stuff into the back of this giant ass truck, or they were just there for support and helping me through, especially the last day of packing stuff in the truck. I woke up a total mess. I mean, I was on the phone crying to my brother because I just couldn't deal with it. I couldn't do it. I had no idea what to do next. Like, what was going on? Which stuff had to go? What was going in the garbage? How was I going to clean the place? And Jason and his wife Heather were very nice. They came over real early in the morning, before Jason had to go to work, and he got totally drenched in sweat trying to get this last bit of stuff in the truck for me and help me out. And it must have been an awful couple days at work for you, Jason, but I cannot thank you enough. And then my other friends from, you know, Robert and Brandon, Jason Connolly, you know, well, Jason's on the show there, you know, Kim. I can't thank those guys enough for coming over and helping either. I mean, it was just so nice. They didn't have to do it. They all had to work later in the day, you know, so, I mean, that's above and beyond for friendship, I say. So I owe all you guys big time. I owe all you listeners big time. And don't worry, the show will come back near the end of April. I'm going to Star Wars Celebration first, so sorry about that, guys. But you'll see a lot on Twitter at Awesome Geek Show about what I'm doing at Star Wars Celebration. And, yeah, so I hope to meet a lot of people. I've been invited to a party, a couple of events afterwards, things like the after party kind of things, you know? So I'm looking forward to seeing Joe and Chris from Retrotheft, Brews and Blasters podcast. And I'm looking forward, you know, Chris is from Collector's Hut. I can't wait to see Chris from Forlom to Zuckus. Sorry, that's Jake. Jake from Forlom to Zuckus, and Chris from Jedi Business. Chris may not know this, but even when I lived in New York, like 15 years ago, I was using a website called Jedi Business to make sure I had all the right parts for the different Star Wars guys. So if you've been doing that for more than 20 years or so, then thank you, because that is dedication right there, and you've really helped me out a lot with, you know, finding what accessories go with which characters, and If I find them loose at a thrift store or something that I want to pick up, I can then go search the web for the right weapons and accessories to go with that character because of your site. So everyone go use JediBusiness.com if you want to know anything about Star Wars action figures. So I can't wait to see all those guys down there. I still have one more ticket, by the way. We bought a few, but then most of the crew on the Super Awesome Geek Show could not end up going. And Derek was finally the last one to give me his pass because it was sort of last minute. His wife won, and they went on a vacation together instead of him going on vacation with me. I guess that makes sense. I think his wife's probably, you know, I'm not as attractive as his wife, right? So yeah, our plan. So we're going south. We've basically gone through Washington already and are into Oregon. I'm sorry I forgot to do one of these when I should have done it right before I left when the gang was there, but I was just so frazzled. But yeah, we're gonna go south. The worst pass is the Oregon California border, where we're going to go by Mount Shasta. I love that mountain because of the Transformers. And then turn east when we get into California, because we think further south there the mountains will be easier to travel across. Less snow. I don't want to run into snow with this giant truck and then be told I can't go over the pass and have to turn around or something. So yeah, that's our plan. And then we'll kind of diagonally make our way through. I was thinking we might stop and see Elvis's house, you know, because why not? A couple of stops along the way to see tourist type things are pretty cool. And maybe we'll find some other things along the way. I'll let you know as we go. So I'm going to say that is travel vlog number 1 complete. The beginning of our journey to Florida. Boy, I hope I like it down there. But I think it's going to be good because I'm going to have family around me. They'll be able to help me out. I'm going to start going to the Cleveland Clinic, I think, and try to get, that's a really good place. I mean, world renowned. So maybe they can fix this head of mine and I can get back to where I was 5-10 years ago and not be so screwed up. I mean, guys, there are days. I know some of you struggle with this too, so you know what I'm talking about. But there are some days where I can't even freaking move. I can't even eat. I can't, I mean, it's so hard sometimes. And I really hope I make it through this drive, because I'm not looking forward to this at all. The drive. Because it turns out my dad can't fit in the truck. And so I'm going to have to drive it the whole way. And he's going to drive my car the whole way. So, yeah. Alright. Really appreciate this, Dad. You've been a wonderful dad. He is the best in the world. And I love him to death. Sometimes, you know, we have our little arguments, we have our little spats, but in the end, we're best buds. And I love him to death. And he's always there to support me and help me. And this move, I mean, he's paying for most of it. So it's, you know, you really can't say enough of your appreciation to your family. It's beyond words, you know? Alright guys, I will hit you later on in the road, let you know more about our journey, and see if there's anything geeky we find along the way. I have about 30 movies, all of Clone Wars and all of Rebels downloaded onto my phone. This iPhone 7, by the way, can hold, it's not even half full. But I did download them all in standard definition because I figured why bother high def them when they're I'm basically listening to them because I got the brightness turned all the way down on the phone to where I can just barely see it so I can save battery, you know. Alright. Find us on Twitter at Awesome Geek Show if you want to see pictures of these things. And I will try to post these videos as we go along. See if I can get them uploaded while I'm driving. I'm not touching the phone, by the way. I'm using the Siri thing. And we'll see how that works. You're supposed to be able to just talk to this thing and it'll do everything you want. So, we're going to test that out on this journey as well. All right, have a great day. Keep it geeky out there, everyone, and I will keep you updated. Super Awesome Geek Show, your Vintage Geek, John Adams, out of here.